Okay, this is a Whirlpool water heater. Okay, I got it covered with a blanket. Okay, the problem is, it's an old heater. This heater's old, might be 12 years old. Probably time for a new heater. We're gonna try to get another year out of it if we can. Okay, I'll tell you what it's doing. Okay, when I light the pilot's not staying lit. It heats up the water, but 2 or 3 times during the day I got to come out here and relight the pilot. And you hold the little red button down. You know how you light a pilot. Okay. I could hold it down for 1 minute, minute and a half, and the burner would turn on. Then it went to 2 minutes. Then it went to 3 minutes. Now it's about 6 minutes or 7 minutes. I have to hold the red button down before I can turn the burner on. But in every case, when the fire goes out, the burner kicks off, I should say. The pilot light kicks off. Alright. Now, I have another video on me repairing this water heater. Same water heater. Okay. Now, if anybody has one of these Whirlpools, the older Whirlpool water heaters, then you know. Okay. You know about, you can't change the thermocouple. Okay. Because right here, you can see, right there, that little screw is left-handed thread. This is left-handed thread. You can't buy one with left-handed threads. If you should find one, it's going to cost you $150 for just a thermocouple. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, okay, we went to Lowe's and we bought this thermocouple right here. Okay. And can you read the number? 362434. That's 0362434. Okay, now it is not left-handed threads. As your couple. Okay, it's a 24-inch thermocouple. Okay, you can see it's a 24-inch thermocouple. But it has right-handed threads. Oops. So it has right-handed threads. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how we're going to make. Now you can look, if you haven't tried already, which to this point you probably have tried, to find an adapter to go from this thread to left-hand threads. And good luck. I've tried everywhere, and I've been on some forums and different things, and it's just impossible. They don't have it. And if they made it, I don't know how it would connect. But okay, now this end doesn't hold gas or anything. Okay. Now this is your gas for your pilot. This is your gas for your main burner. Okay. All this does is transfer. It tells this little box here that the thermocouple has heated up and it's ready to allow gas to come through the burner and light the burner. So what I'm getting at is, this doesn't have to have a tight seal like a gas, like this one or this one. Okay. So we're going to show you a fix, how we're going to transfer these right-hand threads. And on that thermocouple, there's mosquitoes out here biting me. That's why the camera's shaking. To these left-handed threads. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is, of course, we're going to pull the whole burner out here. Okay, we're just going to unbolt it. We're going to disconnect this and these 3 lines. Okay, all this is going to stay the same. I'm going to shut the gas off first. Let's do that while we're thinking about it. We'll shut our gas off. Okay. Then we're going to pull. As you see, there's a lot of putty around here. I put this stuff, I call this dum dum. It's actually duct sealer. I put that to keep the, to make a seal. I thought what was blowing out the pilot was air getting through around this piece here. And I actually put some extra screws in here to try to alleviate that. You can't get a gasket. Forget about getting a gasket for it. You can make a gasket. Okay, you can find some material. Now they no longer make asbestos, but you can get something that would handle the heat. A gasket material, you could probably make a gasket for it. I tried that, but I couldn't get the gasket to fit right, and that's why I put the extra screws in, and I put all the extra dum-dum, as I call it, duct seal. So we're going to pull off all this duct seal. We're going to disconnect all this. Okay, we're going to head to my shop, and I'm going to show you how we're going to hopefully get that. I'm actually going to use this left-handed. I'm going to use this nut, but I'm going to show you how we're going to make it fit. Okay, take it apart. Okay, these are the tools we're going to use. I got a crescent wrench to pull this off with. Just a regular crescent wrench. This is a, what size is this wrench? This is a number 12. Going to use that to pull this pilot light gas line off. This will just unsnap off of there. There's no problem there. Okay. Then I got several nut runners. Not sure exactly what size I'm gonna need. This is the duct seal I'm talking about. Okay. We'll call them dum-dum, but it's exactly duct seal. Okay, you see the number? DS110. This is from Home Depot. Okay. The thermostat was from Lowe's. This is from Home Depot. This is the dum-dum. Alright. Oh, and also we have, this is soap water. Soapy water. That's just Dawn liquid in a water spray bottle. I'm going to use that to check for gas leaks when we go back with everything. Okay. So now we've got the gas shut off. Now what we're going to do is disconnect everything. I think this piece just yeah, see? It just comes right off. There's some kind of wood. Yeah, I'll have to push it up. It'll come off. Okay, let's start taking it apart. Okay, we're taking it apart. This is left-hand thread, so you would have to turn it the opposite way you would take everything else off. And that's what this is for, the 12, number 12. Okay, that's to take this off. I use a crescent wrench on this, and also this one is right-hand threads and right-hand threads. I use the crescent wrench on this one too. Okay. All right, that's what we're doing, pulling it apart. Okay, I got all the lines loose, all the lines off, ready to go. Now you're gonna find, if you have the original one, you're gonna have two screws. You're gonna have a screw here and a screw here. Okay, they're 1/4 inch. You can use a 1/4 inch nut runner. Okay. Now you see that screw here, 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 and here. That was something I added, like I said before. I added that. Those are 3/8. But I added those screws to tighten it up tighter. Okay, and it really hadn't worked. It probably worked, but that's not the problem. I'm pretty sure the problem is the thermocouple. Okay, I thought it was, like I said before, I thought it was sucking air around here, because you can't get a good seat. It's hard to get a good seat with just 2 screws way on each end. Okay. So now we're going to pull everything out. We're going to go to my shed, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. In my other video, I have another video on the hot water heater, and it'll show you how it wasn't the thermocouple. Okay, the same water heater. Let me add this. Whirlpool had a class action suit against them. People with apartment complexes, you know, one person at their home would have to pay, instead of $15 for a thermocouple, they'd have to pay $100 from Whirlpool. And people got mad, but what the heck. But people with apartment complexes, they had hundreds of water heaters, Whirlpool water heaters with left-handed threads. With these left-handed threads, so they started a class action suit. Whatever happened with that, I don't know. But Whirlpool was selling, like I said, Whirlpool was selling them for $100. Then they discontinued that because now they want to sell you a water heater. Okay, in business to make money, I understand. But you can no longer buy the thermocouple with left-handed threads. And if you find one, you're going to pay well over $100 for it. If you can find one. Anyway, so let's go to my shed, and I'm going to show you. The time before, you go back and look at the other video, and it'll show you how I repaired it. But anyway, let's go to my shed. Okay. Now what we've done, this is the new thermocouple. You might hardly tell because my background is nothing but a bunch of tools. So we put it in. We bent the line best we could. Got it around. Okay. And we got it up to here. Alright. Now you notice pretty much even with this one on the side. We got a little slack in here so if we need to move it. Now this is right-hand threads. We need left-hand threads. You notice this is pushed back. And this is going to stay right there, pushed back. Okay. Still got to put this piece in right here. And then we're going to go to the next step. Okay, we got everything back together here. Got our little block in. Got this ready to go. Everything's ready to go. Except we need to switch this to left-hand threads. Okay, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. Now this is the old thermocouple that came off of the water heater. And I got it in a vise. I still got this connected. I still got the lines connected to it. And the reason I got the lines connected, in case this thing tries to fly out of my vise, I still can hold on to it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to come here with a hacksaw, and I'm going to cut right through here to make a slot. Okay, about the size of the tube. Then, okay, let's see. Let me get my hacksaw and get it started. I got about 9 hacksaws. Okay, here's one. I don't know how sharp it is. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to come right here. I'm going to jump out of my way. Come right here. And cut. Cut all the way through. Okay? Alright. Let's shut off the camera and we're going to do that. Okay, I got it started as you can see. Starting to go through there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is make sure I don't mess up my threads. I'm going to cut all the way through. Okay. Cut all the way through the threads, through the whole nut. And I'm going to remove this out of that hole, out of the slot I cut. Okay, when I cut that slot, That's going to tell me the slot is big enough for the other thermocoupling to go into it, to slide into the nut. I guess you see what I'm doing now. Okay, let's go ahead and cut it. Okay, as you can see, I'm cutting through where the threads are, right here. I'm taking my time, being very careful not to mess up these other threads. Now I'm not worried about messing up this, because this has got to be cut anyway, this line. Okay, so we're working that through. All right. Now as far as this goes, we got this back together, but I need to put the burner. I got the burner screwdriver though. There's only 2 screws hold the burner on. So we're going to put the burner back on after. And then we're going to take that nut, we're going to slide it on right here. Okay? And that'll give us left-hand threads. Like I said, no gas is going through here, so we're not worried about making a seal. Okay, we will have left-hand threads. And this nut will just stay on there. Nobody's trying to take it off. Alright, go back and finish cutting it. Okay, we've cut all the way through. I don't know if you can see through the crack, if you can see the brass through it. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to take it up. Now, this is tight, so this is going to try to pull it in. So we're going to take it out of the vise. Okay. And then we're going to remove this piece here. Okay. Then we're going to put it on our other line. Now we might be able to spread this a little bit, okay, to get it over the line. And if we can, then we're going to, of course, pull it back in so that we can screw the left-hand threads into the water here. Okay, so that's where we're at. Okay, we put the burner back on. All you have to do is pull the burner. There's just two little screws right here, and this whole piece comes off. That way you can get to your thermocouple and makes it easier. In fact, you have to pull it. You don't necessarily have to pull this screw right here. I did, but you don't need to. I'll put it back. Okay, now show where we are on the nut. Okay, I got the nut cut all the way through. Okay, and I'll remove the line. I cut the line and I pulled it out. Now the old nut is brass, or the other nuts are brass. Okay, so thinking of taking a screwdriver and spreading this, I'll get it on the line. But if I do that, this is steel. I'll never be able to thread it. I'll never be able to get it back. It'll be extremely hard to get it back to where it was and to screw it into on the water heater. So I'm thinking the best thing for me to do is get a bigger saw blade and widen this up so that I can get, see, it's got to go in right here, so I can put it on. I'll put it on here. That nut's going to stay on there. It's going to go on right here. So it's got to be this wide as this piece. Okay, let me find a bigger saw blade, probably a Sawzall. I'm going to have to go real easy with it. I might do it by hand. Like I said, this is steel, but it's not a hard steel. It's kind of a soft steel. Alright, that's where we're at. Let's see if we can wind that hole. Okay, this is a thread file. Okay, it just has file parts right here, and it tapered. That'd be hard to tell. Well, that's what I'm using to get the slot big enough to accept the thermocouple. So that's where we are. Okay. Now when I cut my original hole, with the saw, it was a little bit at an angle this way. Okay, so I took the other file, the thread file, like I was showing earlier. I used the thread file. Now this is a chainsaw file. Sharpen your blade, I took it off of the little thing it came with, and I got it pretty square. Okay. All right. Let's see. Now we come over here. This is where we're gonna go with it. Okay. So it goes on here. It's gonna turn to the left. Okay. So it's got plenty of room. Okay. Took a while to do that. So another thing I thought of, I could have done, took a file and got rid of all these threads right here. This is brass. And got this where it would fit up into the thing. And then glue it. Glue it, some kind of a silicone or something that I could take off. Glue it in place. Like I said, this doesn't hold gas or anything, so it just doesn't leak. So we're gonna try this. And if that doesn't work, the next plan would be to, I know you're saying, it's an old water heater, why don't you just change the water heater out? You have the price of water heater. So we're gonna try, see what we come up with. Okay, we're ready to install our burner. This was all the dough and clay and gaskets and everything I scraped off of it. Okay, what I did, I took that fitting, remember that fitting I was working on just a few minutes ago? It's got the slot in it. Okay, it's left-handed threads. I'll go ahead and screw it all the way in right here. I'm gonna have to take it back out, but I just want to make sure the threads will work. All right. Now, like I said, puppy dog. Ava. Got a weenie dog. She likes to attack anything that moves. Might be a squirrel, could be something's out here. But anyway, back when we were saying the dum-dum, we put the dum-dum. I put the dum-dum around here. Used it as a gasket. I put it pretty thick. Okay. And like I said before, I have got the 2 screws, one on each end, and then I'll put 2 more in the middle. All right, just to pull it down better. All right, something I gotta say, if you can find something better sealer, would be great. The dum-dum will last about a year in the heat of this water heater. It will last about a year. So if I get another year out of this water heater, I'll be happy. Okay. Now I can go back with a gas or an electric. If you see up there, I have an electrical cord, 220, coming in here, and so I can easily put electric or gas. Okay. We kind of like gas because we kind of like in a hurricane area, and we do have a generator. Okay. And we go on generator during the hurricane season, but if we have to, if we lose power. But what we found is we'll run the generator about 4 hours a day, 4 to 6 hours a day. Well, if you had gas, and the generator runs off of gas. It's a gas generator, natural gas generator. So a gas water heater, then you don't have to worry about heating up water. It'll automatically heat up. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put her in, tighten down the screws, and let me show you what we get. Okay, you can probably hear the water heater running. Far. You can hear it bubbling. It's working. Now we're going to see once it goes off if we lose the power. Like I said before, I left this piece off. There was a little crack there where I split in there. put a little piece of duck putty in there. Not that I needed to, but I did anyway. Everything went back together good. Really percolate. We'll get another year out of this thing. Okay, this is how we do it here. Take a Whirlpool water heater with left-hand threads and change the thermocouple for, I don't know, 20 bucks. It wasn't even 20 bucks, I don't think. At Lowe's. That's how it's working. So what I was going to say was, it was a job to do that, to get this thing to fit. Now, if I had to do it again, I could do it quicker, but what happened if I was to take those threads and just buff them down and then glue it in there with some silicone. I don't see why not. I wouldn't see why that wouldn't work. To get it going, because you cannot buy that thermostat. How we do it here? Prepare our Whirlpool water heater. Okay, it's been 24 hours. And it's still working good. We got good hot water. So it's definitely working. Okay, I went back and looked at what I paid for the thermocouple. And I think it was like $11.40 something, something like it was 12 bucks. I guess with tax and all, probably 13, 14 bucks. Okay, also I looked up how old this water heater is. This water heater is 16 years old. So it's beyond 16 years is a long time to have a water heater. So but it's back working again. I've never pulled the anodes. I've never cleaned it out, did anything to it. Okay. So anyway, so that's how we repaired the thermocouple. If I get another year out of it, I'll be happy. Like I say, 16 years, that's a long time. So I was mad at Whirlpool, the way they did the left-hand threads and the way they were charging like $100 for it. But the darn thing keeps working and running. So if you get that kind of service out of a water heater, you really can't complain. Okay. So she's working great. We got plenty of hot water. And I got a blanket on this thing. It's actually outside. This thing is outside. I have still left all my tools in here because I wasn't sure if it was going to work. But I have this thing outside my house. Okay. It's out in the back. The other side of this thing, I have to show you. Well, maybe some other time. It's got a half moon on it. The other side, so it looks like an outhouse. And you can see my stack up at the top. I'm in the trees here. Okay. But it was definitely gave me good service for all these years. Okay, so it's working great. Hope this helps someone.